Hey guys, sorry if this one sounds a little bit sick or croaky. I am still recovering from a cold, so please forgive the nasally tone through the rest of this video. Cool, enjoy. Greetings, mortals! So, you're wondering if you should play Squire. Well, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely should. Every agent in Deceive Inc works differently. They all have their own abilities, their passives, their weapons, their own personalities and character models, ranging from shorter or wider or taller, whatever. Simply put, Squire has some of the best of those aforementioned, excluding personality, of course, because he's British and he's basically a child. But aside from that, Squire is a pretty solid pick. And if you're looking for the quick rundown before something more in-depth, well, real quickly, here it is. Great damage, great abilities, hard to hit character model. Cool, you can't go wrong. You put all those together with someone who knows what they're doing, and he's fantastic. That's it, that's the video, done. Okay, but for people who came for just that, you can leave now, you're good. But if you want something more in-depth, I'm about to explain why he's all of those things, so get comfy. I'm also going to be talking about weapons and expertise, so now is probably a good time to show you notation that you'll see in any guide or wiki moving forward, as it's the popular abbreviations used by the community, and you're going to want to know it. So, really quickly, weapons are abbreviated to W, expertise to E, and passives to P. Since every character has 3 of each, the popular way to abbreviate loadouts or builds is by using letters to dictate category and numbers to dictate which one in that category is being used. So for example, if I said I'm using W1, E1, P1, that means I'm using a character's default skills and weapons because nothing else has been unlocked at that time. Thus, it's the first of everything, hence 111. If I said I was using W3, E3, P1, that means I'm using their 3rd weapon, their 3rd expertise, and their 1st passive. It's pretty simple. Cool? Cool. I touched on before that Squire has a hard-to-hit character model. He has a short stature, and you combine that with like his just general slim profile because he's basically a child. If you do that and you move around a whole bunch, landing hits on him can be quite difficult. However, that's not his best attribute. It's worth mentioning though, this slim profile though, because it's not something you ever need to choose or select. You just have this by playing him. Every agent has 3 weapons, 3 expertise, and 3 passives. And Squires are all pretty decent. They're also, at least the weapons, they're all variants of spears. So, I want to talk about them. The first one is the Lance, which is his default weapon. It holds 10 rounds of ammunition, deals 17 damage per shot to the body, and 23 damage to the head. It's also worth noticing that this weapon is suppressed, so it won't be heard across the map if you're shooting it. This bonus is, it's more important than you think in solo games, as you won't alert every player to where you are. In teams, the sound suppression is less useful because if you shoot one person, you're very shortly about to have 2 others just aping you, just running at you. So yeah, not as good in teams, but great in solos. His second weapon, the Trident, is unlocked at level 5. It comes with 18 round capacity and fires in 3 round burst. Get it? Because look at Trident, it's got 3 prongs and 3 bullets. I'm dying alone. Anyway, the Trident deals 9 damage to the body and 12 damage to the head. It's a pretty loud gun with a distinct sound, so you'll know if you're being fired at with it. Most importantly, though, is the recoil pattern of the gun. This is a weapon where if you don't control the aim and directly point at the chest, the weapon will recoil, which will cause the last bullet to hit the head of a target that is moving forward in a direct line. Personally, I don't really like the Trident. It's loud without a great deal of punch, and the 3-round burst is... it's kind of punishing. Yeah, if you miss, like any gun's punishing if you miss, but the 3-round burst, yuck. No, it reminds me of Madame Serious. It's, no. Thankfully, Squire is equipped with 1 more weapon, and that, it just outclasses everything completely. The 3rd weapon is the Javelin, and much like its namesake, it hurls worlds of pain at your opponent. It's unlocked at level 9, has an 8-round magazine, and deals a whopping 20 damage to the body and 40 damage to the head. Now, remember that all characters by default have 100 health, and you can see very quickly how Squire is capable of dropping people very fast. In fact, 1v3 scenarios really aren't out of the question if your aim's any good. The Javelin is so good that once you unlock it, you're probably going to stick with it. There's really no reason to go back to a suppressed weapon with mediocre damage or a burst fire weapon with very average damage when you can just have a very loud weapon that hits very hard very quickly. If there was a complaint that I had to make about Squire, other than he's British, it would probably be the lack of weapon diversity. Like, I understand that he has 2 other weapons, and sure, you could use them, but why? Why would you bother using them when the 3rd one is just leagues better than the other 2? Really just for aesthetic purposes? And that's all I can really think of. Anyway, that's just my personal take. Moving on, we have Squire's expertise. His default is called Eyes on the Prize, and it highlights all items that can be picked up nearby for both the player and their allies in team games. This is a great expertise for Squire if you're trying to learn the game or you're starting out, and it's probably why Squire is one of the default characters. It's a fantastic expertise tool to help speed up where you want to go, or if you just need to find something in a pinch and help plan out your actions. This is the expertise for you. It's not something, however, that you're going to be using in a fight. That's his second one. Squire's second expertise is called Under Pressure and is unlocked at level 4. This is a fantastic expertise. Upon activation, you receive an amped up status, which increases your movement and reload speed for a few seconds. This can be used in a myriad of ways. Do you want to get away from a fight? Press it. Engage in a fight? Push the button. Do you know a fight is coming and you want to reload faster? Push the button and achieve a higher DPS. It's that good. Using this expertise does not break your cover. So if you need to get somewhere, or you want to get away from somewhere, or get bullets into someone, this is your pick. At first, I thought this was his best expertise, but I'm kind of torn because his third expertise, unlocked at level 8, is called Danger Sense. When activated, Danger Sense places a large detection radius around yourself that follows you as you move. By default, the radius is blue, but if there is any enemy player within this radius, either in or out of cover, this will change to red. I said before that I thought Under Pressure was his best expertise, but that's before I understood, or rather before I could interpret the value of Danger Sense. See, what Danger Sense gives is information. Information in a game about deception is critical. Furthermore, giving you information that someone in your vicinity is not who they appear to be is huge. To a newer player, this information doesn't mean more than, oh, people are nearby. But now, with some more experience behind me, I can interpret that information far better, and as a result, get a lot more out of it. Ask yourself, how many times have you seen someone move or sprint around, and you've thought or said, this is a player? Absolutely, it's a player, 100%. However, you've then opened fire, or you've followed them for a bit more just to know for sure, only to be wrong, and you've wasted your time. With Danger Sense, you can just press a button and have your suspicions assuaged completely. Do you think someone is watching you approach a vault? Press Danger Sense. Are you watching a teammate? Press Danger Sense. Do you think someone's camping a body? Press Danger Sense. Are you unsure of a player approaching you? Press Danger Sense. Danger Sense will let you know absolutely if there is someone around you. Danger Sense's value is directly proportional to your experience as a player and your playstyle. Let's not forget that. That being said, when you have more experience, I truly think it's really, really, really good to be used. In a game about deception and a game that also has a team option, Danger Sense gives you things that benefit you and your allies greatly. If you're playing solo, it won't have as much impact as Under Pressure would. That being said, having information at the press of a button is good no matter what game mode you're playing, so it's up to you. Finally, we have Squire's passives, and they are Always Ready, which is his default, Sixth Sense, which is his second and is unlocked at level 3, and Aegis Cover, his third and final, unlocked at level 7. Always Ready causes Squire to gain amped up, which gives him a movement speed boost for a short time when he is damaged, other than full damage. This effect can't trigger a second time until he regains his cover. Always Ready is a fantastic passive, and in my opinion, it's probably his best. I don't take it off. Getting a movement speed boost when you're damaged is fantastic. It allows you to either run away from a fight or zip around and try and outmaneuver your opponent. We'll get more to that later. Squire's second passive is called Sixth Sense, which causes you to apply the traced effect to whomever blows your cover. As in, if another player damages you and causes you to break cover, they will get a traced effect so you can see where they are and where they shot you from. Sixth Sense is pretty good if you're playing in teams without communication, but it's kind of worthless otherwise because you're going to know who shot you and you're going to know where from 9 times out of 10. I don't really get much value out of it personally, although your mileage with all of this may vary. There isn't anything wrong with being told who/where they are, but this is information that is communicated to you through the game, and in my opinion is not really worthy enough to replace one of your other passives which actually do a job far better. However, in keeping with his new player format, if you are new to Deceive or shooters in general, this passive is absolutely for you. Finally, we have Squire's third passive, Aegis Cover. It doesn't sound like much on the surface, but it's a very good one. This passive causes your cover shield to last longer, and also grant him some damage reduction during this period. So, when you break cover, for whatever reason, you will have a period of time where you are still counted as being in that disguise, and as a result, any headshot on your cover model will count as a body shot. That's actually across cover in general, by the way. If you are in a disguise and get shot in the head, it will only count as body shot damage. Anyway, this is one of the many reasons that having cover is important. Aegis Cover extends that time that your cover shield lasts, and on top of that, it grants you some damage reduction. This passive is particularly useful if you're getting ambushed, as that extra time with damage reduction definitely goes a long way to softening the blow of that initial attack. So, with all this kit out of the way, how do you play Squire? Personally, I like to run the following: W3, E3, and P1. This combination gives me high damage, information of my surrounding enemies at a push of a button, and an inbuilt steroid upon receiving damage. To maximize this though, I like to run certain chips, which are, in ascending order of color, ammo capacity for my gray, intel capacity for my green, max health for my blue, hacking speed on my purple, and cover regeneration on my yellow. The cover regeneration is particularly amazing on Squire because of how Always Ready works. Always Ready will not give you the speed boost again until your cover has returned, so being able to get damaged, run away at fast speed, regain cover, and repeat is fantastic. As for my others though, my justification of them is as follows, with the stipulation that anything past blue I put into the luxury category, where it's not needed but desired greatly. So, gray, because having more ammo is always good. My green, having more intel, allows you to hack a blue door, purple door in succession with only one intel remaining. Blue, max health is mandatory because of the prevalence of the one tap or otherwise high damage weapons out of cover. This could be on any of the lower slots. Having max health, it's exactly that. It's mandatory. You need to have a max health mod because there's so many weapons that can just one tap you. So having it at blue or lower is important. I just have it at blue. I swap it around occasionally depending how I'm feeling. Purple is my flex slot. I use hacking speed here because hacking speed tends to snowball the rest of just everything, and a high hack speed, it's a drug. However, I also swap to social interaction healing because being able to run away at high speeds to a seat or whatever to heal myself and to heal that damage off is just fantastic. Yellow, I run cover regen here, virtually unchanged. It stays on at all points. I've tried a variety of options, but this is one that works for me personally. I find the syncing up with Always Ready to be just too good of a combo to pass up with anything else. Squire is a fantastic pick if you're a new player wanting to learn the game, but he's also excellent in the hands of anyone experienced. His small frame makes him hard to hit, his third weapon is an absolute monster, and when you combine that with a speed boost from being damaged, he's a zippy target with a mountain of damage, and that's pretty much what you want in any character. In a nutshell, Squire is high damage, good mobility with inbuilt evasiveness. All of those together make Squire an absolute brute if you can aim well, so much so that I'm willing to excuse his Britishness. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, be sure to let me know with a like and maybe drop a comment down below of who you'd like to see done next. If you want to see the other agents, how to play, slap the sub button, or don't, whatever. I'm not your real dad. But definitely do because it pumps my ego, thank you.